All Things Leeds. I'm here again joined by Leeds United legend Tony Dorigo. Tony, former left back, and you were at Leeds from 91 until 97. Spent 6 years at Leeds United, the longest you spent at any club. But just first of all, how did that move go about? For you going to Leeds in 1991?
I was at Chelsea previously. Then obviously I saw the light. I made a big mistake signing for Chelsea and needed to get out of there and come to Leeds. No, I think at the time when I was at Chelsea we had some really good players and we could certainly challenge, but I think off-field issues meant that the idea of winning something was something very, very difficult. So I wanted to win things, so I decided to move on. I had to wait for my contract to run out. I could have had one or two other clubs to go to, Glasgow Rangers certainly being one of them. But then Leeds came in, and Howard, met me and was very forceful in wanting me to sign. And it's nice as a player, I think, to feel wanted. I really like the fact that you'd been promoted, finished fourth, and then he was still looking to improve again. Myself, Steve Hodge, Rod Wallace was the idea of bringing some England internationals in as well. So I thought, you know what, you've got some great players there, and maybe one or two of us could help, and then away we go. So, he convinced me to come to Leeds, and, good decision.
And you mentioned winning trophies there, and you won a trophy in your first season at Leeds United, the 92 First Division title. The last time the top flight of English football was called the First Division. When you look back on your time at Leeds, is that the moment that sticks out for you, and what memories can you share from your time at Leeds?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you look at a season, top level, it's a long old season, so many games, and to be the best of any team in England at that point is pretty impressive. So you go through ups and downs, but to stick together as we did and grow as a team, some of the performances that season were fantastic. Villa away, Sheffield Wednesday away. Big games are on telly. Like now, they're all on telly, but then the focus was very much on us, and the way we played in some of those games was fantastic. So it's a very special thing because it momentum, and so your form. As an individual and as a team just gets better and better and better, and to win it at the end of it was something very, very special. And you don't know if it's going to happen again or not. It didn't, but I tell you what, it did happen, and we were certainly thankful for that. So that's a very special year for me.
Yeah, and you played very well that season. Of course, won the Fantasy Player of the Year, rather. How did that feel, winning the Fantasy Player of the Year? The Leeds fans are famous for their support. So how did that feel?
Very, very special. But also, I think it could have gone to any one of 10 of us, to be honest, because some great performances throughout that season. Our midfield was incredible. But I feel honoured simply because normally when clubs are winning things, it's the striker or your midfielder that gets the glory type of thing. But for a little old fullback to get it was very nice. So I'll always be thankful for that.
And you played with many great players at your time at Leeds, Gordon Strachan, dare I say, Eric Cantona as well, and also Gary Speed as well. Now, keeping it all things Leeds, who was the best player you played with at Leeds United?
It's very difficult to single one out because we had some great players at that time, but you look at that midfield, to be honest, and Strack, the experience that he had, but the way that he played and led the side was wonderful. Then you got Gary McAllister with the ball at his feet, the passing ability, the way he controlled a game was magnificent. Gary Speed, who played in front of me, never a better player to play with because he had everything. He wanted to help out, left foot, right foot, tackled, can take people on, headers, you name it, he had it. But I suppose the one slightly unsung hero for me on the outskirts, not so much for Leeds fans obviously, was David Batty. I thought he was just tremendous, and he had a great season that season as well, and I think he really instigated the tempo in so many games right at the start. It was a Batty tackle, that suddenly got everything going, and off we went again. So I thought he was, had a huge part to play.
And going back onto that 92 season, you were part of a team who, of course, were successful, and the types of players that are needed and the characteristics that the players need to be successful at Leeds United. Do you see those types of players at Leeds United currently, and do you think that they have the characteristics to go on and win that promotion at the end of the season?
I think you're right in the point that you have to be a special type of player and understand the pressures and what have you of playing at Ellen Road. But if you do, you turn that in your favour, and it's such a boost. And I think our team, we certainly had big characters. We'd played, a lot of us, international football, so we'd been on biggest of stages. But even so, when you've got that passion behind you, maybe things don't go quite right. You need to be able to handle that correctly. And I do think, obviously, in the last 10, 12, 15 years, some players have found wanting at that. Simple as that, But I think this group of players are learning and getting better and better at that. And I do think the way they stick together and come back in games is commendable. They have a spirit as a unit, not individually, togetherness, which is pretty impressive. And that reminds me of that time. So still plenty to go, 15 games, still a long way to go, and they will be tested again and again and again, but the signs are very good.
Yeah, very are good. And just on you as well, so you stopped playing football in 2001, and we've seen you do a lot of TV work, video work. You're now getting into a career of modelling.
Modelling, obviously. Paris, Milan, yes, they'll be on the phone, but don't worry, going nowhere, it's fine.
Did you never want to try and get into coaching at all?
I have got my some badges, did all that. I got offered an assistant job at a championship club. Didn't think that was quite right. I then went to TV, had a full-time 3-year TV deal. So I think whatever you do, you've got to really want to do it, and then you'll enjoy it that much more. I wasn't completely convinced. The TV and the media stuff I really enjoy. So I still do a lot of TV now. I do City Arco comms, I do Europa League, Champions League, I go out to the Middle East, I do a lot of stuff, so which is nice. However, I now do lots of Leeds United stuff, which is brilliant. So I see every single game, I do Leeds United TV, and so I build everything around Leeds, to be honest, because it's good to be back, and it's good to see, I think, some positive people and the team, everything is going in the right direction, and it's a great place to be. So coaching, I tell you what, look how young I look, you see, that's why. Have you seen managers, for God's sake? They're bald, they got nowhere, they're grey, me, no, I'm fine, it's good, so I can look from the outside.
Well, thank you very much, Tony, for joining. Really do
You're
appreciate it. Don't forget, if you enjoyed, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.